Happy New Year, Happy New Year. Welcome back, sexy and lovers, to Let's Talk at Pillow Talk, where the conversation feels like comfort, the truth feels like therapy, and your peace always has a seat at my table. Welcome back, welcome back. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I pray that y'all's New Year, bringing in the New Year was safe. It was wonderful. It was effective. And you were doing what you wanted to do. Happy 2026. Your favorite best friend, DestinyShanee. And tonight's episode is called Come Closer. Why are you so tired all the time? Y'all, this isn't about sleep. It's about the kind of exhaustion that hits your soul. And you know what? I know because last year, that kind that it's the kind of tired that no nap or vacation can touch, right? So tonight, let's slow down together. Let's get your tea, dim your lights, take that deep breath. Because before we pour into the world again, we need to refill ourselves. Whew, sorry. Okay, I needed to take some tea. I needed to drink some tea. Tonight I am drinking. What am I drinking tonight? Tonight I am drinking my nightcap. I am drinking Paradise Dreams. Whew, let me tell you this. I wanted something a little sweet because after I do this podcast, guys, I'm going to get in the tub and I'm going to bed. So I chose Paradise Dreams. It's in our nightcap family. It's a sleep tea. It's semi-sweet, fruity pineapple with a hint of cherries. Like I said, I wanted something a little sweet. I do put a little honey in this one. And I also have the infused sugar also, guys, don't forget. But this one makes me drift off to sleep. You can get it with or without vervain. Vervain is what is the sleeping agent. I love this one with vervain because it allows me just to drift right off to sleep. It allows me to wake up without any drugginess. So I love it. I love my Tomorrow tea, Paradise Dreams, in the wind down section. Let me start with a little transparency. A while back, excuse me, I hit a wall. Not physically, but emotionally. I was exhausted. Even when I wasn't doing much, I'd wake up tired, work tired, scroll tired. Every "how are you" felt like a question, y'all. I didn't even have the energy to answer truthfully. And one day, sitting in silence, I realized I wasn't tired because I was doing too much. I was tired because I was doing too much for everyone but me. A couple of times throughout the years, I was like, oh, it's me. Nobody's here to help me. Nobody's here to help me. And I was feeding so much into everybody. One day I'll tell y'all my story, but then you guys are going to be like, wow, how you're still standing. You're still wanting to do this. I had been giving out energy like free samples at work, to relationships, to people who never noticed when I disappeared. I had to stop that because in return, I was left with silence. That's when I knew this wasn't just tiredness, that this was depletion. I was exhausted all the time, even after being asleep, even after taking naps, even after sometimes doing nothing. I was tired. And then I just had to realize, what is this? So we don't talk enough about how much energy emotional labor takes. Holding people down, showing up strong, smiling through the hurt. That's exhausting too. If that's you tonight, I see you. You're not lazy. You're not unmotivated. You're just overdue for restoration. Restoration in yourself. Okay? So, tonight's tea, guys, let's sip on a little truth. This is tonight's tea. And tonight's flavor, burnt out brew. Yes, I said it, burnt out brew. We are a generation that glamorized the grind and forgot the grace. That's all we hear, grind and hustle, right? We equated being busy with being valuable. If you're hustling, if everybody wants you, if you're running all over the place, then boom, you must be valuable. No time to sleep, right? If you're sleeping, then you're losing out. I think that's what the saying was. But here's the truth. Exhaustion is not a badge of honor at all. If your calendar is full, but your cup is empty, that's not success. That's survival. So grind and hustle, I think, was made for the survival mode, was made for the beginning. I don't believe grind and hustle was made to stay grind and hustle forever. Again, that's survival. Because if you're successful, you shouldn't be grinding. You shouldn't be hustling. You should have things in place, right? Okay, let's give you some quick stats because, of course, you guys know that I love stats. According to the American Psychology Association, 79% of adults experience stress-related fatigue weekly. Weekly, guys, weekly. That's daily. And we already know that. That's not nothing new. In 2026, that's nothing new. Women, especially Black women, report higher emotional exhaustion due to caretaking roles and workplace pressures. Me, being a Black woman, I definitely know about the workplace pressures. Me working in an office full of a bunch of women, all those pressures. Caretakers. We're women. We're caretaking, right? If you have families, you're a caretaker. If you don't have families, you might be caretaking a sibling. You might be caretaking a mother, a parent. Guys, we are all caretakers in those roles. 60% of young adults say they wake up tired, even after 8 hours of sleep, because mental rest and physical rest are not the same. Do y'all know that? These two, mental and physical rest, are not the same. People say, oh, I'll just take a nap. Lies. Come on now. Pay attention. You can take a nap and wake up still tired, because even during your nap, you was thinking, okay, this is what I have to do. When I wake up, I'm going to do this and do this. When you say all that to yourself before you go to sleep, your mind is thinking that. Your mind is remembering that. Your mind is reminding you of that, letting you know, hey, psst, we need to do this when you wake up, right? So tonight's tea is this. You don't owe the world constant access to your energy. Protecting your peace isn't selfish. It's self-preservation. Now sit back, breathe deep, and let's get into the heart of this story. Now let's talk about 3 types of tiredness that keep showing up in our daily lives. Mental, emotional, and spiritual. To me, mental, emotional, that starts it. Mentally, it starts it. Emotionally, starts it. Spiritually, to me, just rounds it all out. I should say emotional tiredness keeps it going. Mental tiredness starts it, guys. It starts it, because when you get tired, you're mentally tired first, right? And then you get emotionally tired, because those are tied. Emotions are tied to your mental. And then your mental emotions are also tied to your spiritually. So then you get your spiritual tiredness. That's why I say the spiritual tiredness just rounds it out at the end. Mental tiredness feels like your brain won't shut up. It's when you're solving problems that haven't even happened yet. We already know about those. Again, we talked about motherhood. Motherhood. You're solving problems that you know is going to happen because they've happened before, but they haven't happened yet. But we're preparing for them to happen. We're preparing for them to leave their backpack. They're preparing for them to leave their lunch. We're preparing for them not to brush their teeth. We're preparing for them to forget things. So we're running stimulations in your head. Do you know that that's what that is? That is a running a stimulation in your head moment. What if, maybe, oh, I should have, oh, I could, that is mental tiredness. Sometimes we just have to let things fall where they fall. Remember that game, Pick Up Sticks? Or jacks? You throw them in the air and you have to bounce the ball and pick up the jacks. Well, we would get pissed off if the jack is way over there in the corner, right? Because now you have to bounce the ball, pick that jack up, and coming back and bounce the ball. Catch the ball before it bounces again. That jacks game that was a mental tiredness game. That somebody decided, oh, let's bounce a ball and pick up as many jacks as you can, but before the ball bounces again, y'all, that was mental frustration. And we don't even know it. We were just playing it like, oh, look at me. But we were mentally tiring ourselves out. We didn't even know it. We were preparing for this, running simulations in our mind. Emotional tiredness is heavy. It's when your heart is carrying too many people's emotions. You're everyone's comforter, but no one's safe space. Let me say that again, because you guys missed that. You're everyone's comforter, but no one's safe space. Put that under your pillow. You think you're somebody's safe space because they're over here confiding in you, because they're talking to you. That's not true. That's not the same thing. Comforter and safe space is not the same thing. A comforter is, oh, let me tell you what you're thinking is wrong or what you're thinking is right, or, oh, let me tell you how it could have been better, or let me give you some advice. But a safe space, a space where you go to feel safe. A space where you go to deaden the world. Are you that for somebody? Spiritual tiredness, the one that's bringing up the rear. That's the one we whisper about. We don't talk about. It's when you feel disconnected, like your light is dimming. You're doing everything right on paper, in society. People looking at you thinking, oh, it's perfect. But inside, you feel like you're floating without an anchor. Right. I've gotten there. I've reached every single one of these. But in 2025, my spiritual tiredness spoke louder than anything I've ever heard. I knew it was time for me to get back in the Bible. I knew it was time for me to take time for myself and for God. I don't know if God was telling me, hey, I feel neglected. I'm not for sure if that's what he was telling me. Or if I was saying to myself, hey, your light's dimming. You're feeling neglected. Do you have a safe space? What are you holding for everybody? Stop running those simulations in your head. That's what I heard. So the last quarter of the year, and I know some of you guys are going to say, oh, you only heard that in the year. The last quarter of the year, I started listening to myself. I started back Bible study. I started back creating my own safe space with God. Because that's my safe space. That's when I feel the safest. So I've created that space. And what that space looked like for me on my way to work in the morning, since I have an hour drive, sometimes a little more, I was able to get my Bible studies in. And Everybody's Bible study looks different. Some people need to write it down. Some people, everybody's Bible study looks different, so don't knock mine. But in the morning on the way to work, I was able to talk to God. I was able to listen to scriptures. I have had the Bible app for years, and I've used it. I've gone through quite a few plans on it. But there was also a break where I hadn't used it, and I hadn't used it in a couple of years. So last year I started, 2025, last quarter, I started using the Bible app again. And let me tell you, this safe space, it was needed. I learned to let go. I learned to stop carrying everybody else's emotions. I learned that I needed to be my own safe space first. It was okay to be some people's comforters. That's okay. And I will be that. But I also am learning how to turn my brain off, how to stop running simulations in my head. That one is hard because I've been doing it for 48 years, right? So when the simulations in my head pop up, I shut them down. And I physically tell them, shut up. Nope. And I start running what is going on. I start putting on a different picture in my head. Again, that's what worked for me. And let me tell you, it's working. Here's the truth. Rest isn't always sleep. Sometimes rest is saying no. Sometimes it's crying. And let me tell you, when I knew I needed that spiritual awakeness or spiritual time or that safe space, it's because when I was in the shower, I was crying. When I was in the tub, I was staring into I don't know where I was staring into. No thoughts was going through my head. So I know I needed that safe space. I know I needed a reset, a spiritual reset. Because again, sometimes it was silence. Sometimes it's remembering that you're not a machine. You're a human being with limits, and those limits deserve love too. The lesson? Tiredness isn't a weakness. It's a message. Your body is whispering what your mind keeps ignoring. Slow down. I miss you. Okay, for some little bedtime coaching. So like I said earlier, I told you guys, I will give you some strategies, right? To go along with what you're doing already or to help you. We're going to slide into what's called bedside coaching. It's new this year. I hope you guys like it. Because, baby, you don't just need sleep. You guys need strategy. We all need strategy. So I'm going to give you 5 tips to help you along the lines. To not be so tired all the time or to relax and unwind. Number 1, we're going to start with your mornings. No, do not grab that phone. Grab yourself. Breathe. Stretch. Pray. Thank him for waking you up. To whomever that may be. For me, it's God. Set an intention for the day. Set an intention for the next 5 minutes. But just set an intention. One thing I say, I'm choosing ease today. I'm choosing a soft tongue today. I'm choosing laughter today. That really, really helps me. That really works with me. Like I told you guys earlier, my time with God is in the morning on my way to work. And I pray for all of my coworkers. I pray for everybody that's on the road that morning. I also pray for soft tongue. I also pray for productivity. I pray for what I believe I want and I need for that day. And I definitely thank him for his grace and mercy that he has on my life and all my loved ones. Number 2, I create an energy inventory. How do you do that? I ask myself, what fills me and what drains me? Write them down. Write a column out, what fills me. Write a column out, what drains me. Then start trimming. In the column of what drains me, let me tell you how you're doing it right. And yes, I'm telling you because this is bedside coaching. If you don't have at least 2 family members in the what drains me column, you didn't do it right. You're still hiding from yourself. You're still not willing to face what you need to face. You guys got to start trimming people, patterns, and listen to me when I say trim people. I said trim, meaning trim the access you have to certain people. If you have coworkers calling you all day, texting you all day, and they're not pouring into you, and all you're doing is pouring into them, stop it. Stop answering. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. That's what's called trimming the fat. We trim the fat off of our meat, right? Some of you guys even trim the crust off the bread. Trim people, access to people. Trim your peace to people. Trim your patterns. If you're having the same pattern and choosing the same thing over and over again, guys, you got to stop it. You got to trim it. Trim it. Okay. Number 3, schedule your rest like a meeting. You guys schedule everything else, right? You have everything else in your plan. And remember earlier I said your calendar was full, but I bet you don't have rest in that calendar. I bet you don't have rest scheduled at all. Rest is a priority, not a reward like you guys are using it. So in 2026, rest is a priority. I realized that in 2025. I realized that probably in the third quarter of 2025 that I needed rest. I realized that probably in the second quarter of 2025 when I started this podcast and I was going. I realized that when I needed rest, I was better. I was clearer. I realized that my mental and my emotional got stronger. Again, yes, I'm going to tell you guys, I'm not going to be ashamed to say it. I have stopped Bible study. I've stopped with my safe space of God. But the last quarter of last year, 2025, I got that safe space back. And let me tell you, my name is being put in rooms that I haven't sat in. I'm walking indoors and people are recognizing me for my space, for my healing, for my journey that we're all getting ready to go on. Okay? Number 4, reclaim your softness. That's another thing I did. And people started recognizing that. You've been in survival mode for so long, maybe for their entire life, maybe just 6 months. But it's time to thrive in gentleness. They say Black people are aggressive. Well, if that's the case, I'm challenging you guys to go into your soft life, to go into your gentleness. Play music, light candles, take naps without guilt. Remember, schedule that rest. And don't tell anybody you're scheduling rest, because when you tell somebody that you're scheduling this or that you're reclaiming this, everybody has something to say about it. Oh, today's my rest day. Guess what? You're going to have 15 people think that they can call you because you said you were going to be at home resting. In their eyes, that meant you're going to be doing nothing and you're available for them. So until you're able to be strong and say, yes, today's my rest day, I'm not doing anything, then don't tell anybody your rest day is today. Just rest. Number 5, real strength isn't carrying everything alone. Real strength isn't even carrying everything. It's knowing when to set it down. Real strength isn't carrying everything alone. It's knowing when to set it down. Remember, your energy is currency. Spend it wisely. Okay. It's time for affirmations. It is time for affirmations as we close out tonight's segment. If you can, I want you to close your eyes for a moment, be still, lay down. If you're listening to me in your bed, I want you to lay down. I want these words to land in your body. I'm going to give you a second. Close your eyes, be still. If you're driving, get to a place and pull over, because I really want you to experience this as well with me. Are we there? Okay. Close your eyes and be still. I want you to feel these words in your soul. I give myself permission to rest. I am not behind. I am simply recharging. My worth is not measured by my productivity. I deserve to feel light, peaceful, and whole. My energy is sacred and protected. I rest so I can rise with purpose. Take one deep breath in. And let it all go. Affirmations are wonderful. Affirmations make you believe. Affirmations make you feel good. Make sure you join me on Wednesday nights for a Wednesday midweek pick-me-up. If you made it this far, this means you're already choosing rest. And I'm so proud of you. Don't scroll after this. Don't overthink it. Just close your eyes or sit in silence and be. Thank you for sharing your space with me tonight on Let's Talk at Pillow Talk. Sleep soft, set your standards high, and remember, your peace is not optional.